Powered by Riverside.
It's the Dynasty front office, and we are building you championships one trade at a time. I'm your host, Jesse Schneeman, and I'm here with the two best friends anyone could ever have. That's right, Mike Casper's on assignment this week. Starting with the auspicious Austin Bell. How you doing tonight, Austin?
Oh, dude, I'm great. Get to have some fun tonight. How are you?
I'm great. I can't believe you call this fun. I mean, talking to you guys is amazing, but wide receiver rankings is so hard for me.
This is my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, man. It's such a I was looking at our rankings and I was thinking, oh, this is crazy. But then the more I thought about it, I'm like, I kind of get it. So it's going to be so much fun discussing why we have who where. Because I feel like after one, it's just kind of a pick your poison, and the arguments are going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, you're too low on some guys and too high on some guys. I'm telling you that right now.
Right back at you.
And my main man, Chad Mendoza, how are your rankings tonight?
I'm good, man. It's nice because when I was doing my rankings, I was like, man, I'm just right about everything. So it was really easy. It took me like 10 minutes. And then I carried on my day. No, I'm just kidding. It took me hours, and I was changing it up until like 5 minutes ago. So
also a bad process.
Yeah, wide receivers are difficult.
Yes, they are. There's so many guys that you can just flip flop 10 different guys, whatever. So many guys I wanted to have higher. So many guys I want to have lower.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe you guys will convince me otherwise tonight.
I'm going to convince you on at least one name.
Really?
I can promise you that.
On that note, y'all thought you had me convinced on Bucky last week, and I changed my mind again. I'm keeping Bucky where he was. What did I have him? 12. I'm keeping him there because you can pump sunshine up Kenneth Gainwell's butt all you want, but I know the level of talent he is, and he does not scare me. I looked at Bucky's receiving numbers, and they're just fine. Right, in a full season, he's just a much better player than Kenneth Gainwell. Red zone role would be nice. Maybe Sean Tucker will get hurt.
How are you going to say that about your own son?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're from Jersey.
That's true.
All right, Austin, why don't you tell everybody where they can find us when we're not podcasting?
For sure. YouTube and Facebook, Dynasty Front Office, Twitter /X, Front Office FF. As always, our Discord link is in the description. It's where we have the most communication. It's popping right now. Notifications going like crazy. This season, we're going to keep bringing you podcasts and videos, including Trade Bangers, Front Office Focus Players of the Week, as well as our weekly show. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And again, click the link in the show notes to join the Discord. For this episode, we're going to be doing 2026 preseason wide receiver rankings. And then our two smaller episodes will be Trade Banger of the Week and Front Office Focus Player of the Week.
All right, wide receiver rankings. Austin's favorite.
That's right.
All right, Austin, let's take a look at your rankings then. We all have Jamar Chase first. That surprises me. I thought I was going to have to defend that. Good job, gentlemen.
I think that's pretty much consensus at this point.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, I think I saw Keep Trade Cut has him as the 101.
Oh, really?
Like startup piece
in a super flex.
That's what it has.
Gross.
Yeah.
Disagree.
Agreed.
I'd rather have his quarterback and a few before him.
Yeah.
So, I thought JSN or Puka would be consensus 101.
I mean, Chase has only had like 5 wide receiver 1 seasons in a row. So it's like, I mean, the last 2 years he's been 1 and then 4. I mean, realistically, you're thinking you're going into any given season saying the worst Chase is going to give me is a hurt season where he finishes wide receiver 11.
Yeah, there's absolutely no wide receiver that you could trade me straight up for him, and it would be really
No.
hard for you to get him for me.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much.
I agree.
You can keep JSN in a first, by the way. I'll take Chase.
No, it depends on the
That
first.
might
for
be
me,
Depends
a
on the
bad
first.
process, but I
But
mean,
that's
really, almost any first declining that without thinking about it might be a bad process.
I don't know. Late 26 first, I'm probably
We're not
keeping
gonna do the
keeping
bad
Chase.
process.
Well, we're past that. We're at
Some
late
people
August.
aren't. Some people aren't. You
Well,
never know.
do better on your dynasty teams then. But
Oh man, Austin is bringing heat tonight. Listen to
Yeah,
well,
I
that.
know,
yeah,
right?
I mean that's a whole
Casual
separate
people play
discussion.
this game too, Austin. We can't.
And I
all-
love them being casual, but that doesn't mean the league needs to be casual.
Okay,
Those are two different things.
Good
sure.
point. Good point.
Casual people don't listen to podcasts like ours. To be honest with you,
They should.
they should.
They would be less casual.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I listen to a robotic engineering podcast. I've never built a robot, so.
So Chad, you're safe. You and I have the top. We have the same first 6 receivers,
Okay.
and we
Damn,
have the
I need to change
Yuck. Who are y'all?
We have the same first 8 receivers, just Jefferson and Lamb are flipped. So you're
Yeah.
safe.
Poor
Um,
Chad.
Austin, you have neighbors all the way up at 2.
Yeah, I do.
Let's talk about neighbors. I have that first 5 as a tier. So
I was gonna say you need to move Chase off that tier, considering
right.
you just said you wouldn't do it with the first. But
you're
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
So, yeah, late first. Yeah, okay. So those 4 players I have as a tier: JSN, Puka, Amon-Ra, and your boy neighbors. So why do you have him so high at second?
ceiling is kind of where it's at. I think he can be the true. I mean, we just saw what JSN did, and none of us have him at wide receiver 1. We just saw what Puka did, and none of us have him at wide receiver 1. I think if Neighbors goes and puts out a similar year to either one of those 2 guys, he will be wide receiver 1. He is that type of receiver. He is that type of player, and he holds that type of name. And
You
as
think
we
he can-
discussed last week in running backs, that makes a difference. The name matters.
You think
And
he can
Malik
pass
Neighbors' names.
Chase?
Yeah, because of age.
Okay.
With her Chase, it's just the age. He's 27, going on 28.
Still in his
26,
prime.
going on 27.
Is he?
Mhm.
Okay.
Still in his prime.
Sure,
Firmly in his
and
prime.
he should have another 2 to 3 years of great production, but the dynasty value will go down as that number ticks up each season. And I just think Neighbors is the player that can reach that pinnacle. So, like I said, this is a projection. I don't have any issue with him being at 5. I would be totally comfortable swapping him down to 5.
Yeah.
It's just I'm projecting him to be the one guy that can bounce to 1 when this season ends.
I mean, I've got no problem with the order of the top 5 players. To be honest, I mean, realistically, nobody knows what order these guys are going to finish in. These are all the guys capable of finishing wide receiver 1 on the year. They have the level of talent. They have some sort of offensive structure at the very least that can supplement their talent. So I think it's fine. I mean, I probably wouldn't put him at 2, but I wouldn't argue about it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with those 4 in any order. Dramatic things would have to happen for me to have him ranked above Chase at the end of the year.
The interesting stuff about Neighbors, though, when really doing like a deep dive into his short career, given the injuries and everything, with him just turning 23, I think this month actually I saw a happy birthday post from the Giants on Twitter. But 67% of the game of his games, of his 18 games, he's finished with 10 targets or more, and he's only had 2 games under 8 targets, and in those 2 games he was targeted 7 times each. So, I mean, he hasn't had a game where he had less than 7 targets. I mean, let that sink in.
Yeah.
It's pretty remarkable. Granted, new coaching staff, that's always going to bring forth new questions. But I think everybody's pretty much excited to have him back, and I think they're gonna keep feeding him. So he's primed and ready. Hopefully, MetLife Turf didn't take him out this year.
Oh man, I can't believe you even said that.
Nothing he can do about it. That nasty turf.
All right, let's go to the next tier. Well, actually, Austin, you have Justin Jefferson up in that. Is that same tier for you?
Yeah, for me, it's probably 2 to 7 is all kind of a tier. I think they could all jumble up at some point through the season.
So Lamb as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that with Lamb, Amon-Ra, Jefferson, and Chase all being within a year of each other, age-wise, they all have the same kind of outcomes possibility. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that we were discussing Jefferson or Chase at 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
So just because Jefferson had a bad year with J.J. McCarthy, which let's be real, I think most people would, if not all, who's to know what a new season with new quarterback play could bring. So it's kind of why I have him there. Him and Amon-Ra were difficult. I went kind of back and forth at 5 and 6 for me. But yeah, they're all kind of in the same tier from 2 to 7.
Okay. So I have Drake. Chad and I both have Drake 6, but Drake's, Lamb, and Jefferson are all a tier for me. It's just the question marks with his offense is why I have to move him down a tier. I mean, it's the quarterback.
I mean, you say the same thing with London. So why is London?
I mean, I think
above
London's
Jefferson?
situation is arguably worse, to be honest.
Yeah, so why? I was going to
they're
ask
in the
y'all
same-
why he's
they're in the
above
same
those
tier.
two guys.
It's
the
just
same
for
tier.
me, it's just the 2-year age gap. You know, London being 25 is really because they're in the same tier for me. I just said, you know what, give me the younger guy. But if I had a competing team, to be honest, I'd probably rather have Jefferson this season.
We've seen Justin
it's just-
Jefferson put up a terrible season where I was afraid to start him in the playoffs.
Well, yeah, but he had the worst quarterback play in the league by far. Like it wasn't
We haven't.
it wasn't
seen
even
that.
a functioning offense.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But we haven't seen that with Drake. It's at least been a functioning offense.
Yeah, but
and
Kyler,
he just gets hammered with targets when he's in there.
I mean, sure we did. His second year, he finished 38,
How many games did he play?
110 targets. I'm not sure. Give me a second on the games. All but 1.
Oh, okay.
I think if you watch the games, you see like there's nothing that Jefferson can do in those games, and he's getting open every play. He's just not getting
Sure.
the ball.
Oh
So
yeah,
you can't you know. JJ
I'm not saying
McCarthy's no
anything
longer
about
the
the-
starting quarterback, so it's kind of a moot point. Kyler Murray is a functional quarterback that can get a player the ball when he needs to. So I'm not too worried about it at all. To be honest, I'm more worried about Tua and Pennick's situation over there and what's gonna happen with them in Atlanta. To be honest,
They're both crappy situations that I have it. That's why it's a tier for me. They're in the same tier. Just for CD, I mean, I would have Lamb higher. It just always seems to be something with him. You know, he's had a couple of really good seasons, but he's also got, Pickens, drawing attention was really, that's why I don't have Lamb in the top 5 anyway. That's why he's in that tier. But he has enough talent to be in the top 5.
Yeah, I mean, he still finished.
of course.
What,
He
wide
had a-
receiver 20, I think, and missed 5-6 games.
He had a wide receiver 1 year, so it's just also questions with his offense.
He's had 3 wide receiver 1 years, I think. He had the wide receiver 1 season.
What I like about Lamb and why he's still in that tier for me with like Jefferson and London and those kind of guys is, I mean, you look at the targets and he's still consistently 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11. That's with Pickens there on the other side. So I don't see anything stopping that offense from throwing 50 times a game, to be honest. So I have no problem if somebody wanted to put Lamb ahead of Jefferson or ahead of London or even maybe in the bottom of that first tier.
All right. So moving to the next group. So Austin, you and I both have Tetaroa at 9. Chad has him at 11. That's pretty similar. Chad, you're pretty high on Garrett Wilson, even though he's never really done it. You have him as a wide receiver 1.
I mean, he's really always done
What?
it. He just
Yeah.
gets
What do you
hurt.
mean he's never?
He
Has
was
he
wide
finished
receiver
it?
5 before he got hurt last year.
Okay.
Maybe even 3 before he got hurt
And-
last year.
And in
Okay, but that's
2024,
very
he finished
small
as the wide receiver 10.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what Geno Smith and that offense are going to look like, but the talent, I mean, he's immensely talented.
I hear you.
And-
That's one of the guys I wanted to get higher. I have him at 15.
And we've seen Geno support, a functioning offense as well. Not saying that I predict that to happen because I don't.
That was a while ago.
But I mean,
It was
we've
like
seen
2 or
it
3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, it's happened, right? So, the same way we talk about any of these quarterbacks falling off, like Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Daniel Jones, any of the guys that have struggled in the past, maybe there's the chance they struggle again and have to pick themselves back up. I think same with Geno Smith. There's that chance he struggles, which he did, and maybe he can get back to it and have a functional fantasy season where he can support a wide receiver one.
How old is Geno now?
34, maybe? Somewhere around there?
Yeah, something like that.
Wonder
Just
if
off the top of my head. I think he's around there.
I mean, I
35.
understand.
He's 35.
35, yeah. I wonder if the physical skills are declining. Like
No, almost
or
36 too.
he could be washed. Like last year, I can give him a pass for last year because the coaching was one of the worst messes I've ever seen, and no idea what they were doing. But the year before, he was not good in Seattle, right?
He was not.
So, they had good coaching and good weapons, and
Yeah. I mean, he was
really,
still
there's no excuse.
he was still QB 13 in 2024.
I was gonna say I think he produced decently well.
Yeah.
With DK and
Fantasy
Kupp and,
wise,
or
but
DK
yeah.
and
Yeah, but that's all we need, right?
Jason.
All we need
Yeah.
is for him to put up points. We don't care if the Jets are good. We just
yeah. To be honest, probably better they're not. 'Cause
Yeah,
it gives
exactly.
Garrett Wilson more usage.
Yeah.
So it's been 1 year of bad play, but even in that, I mean, he threw 19 touchdowns. That's what Jalen Hurts is throwing.
And he doesn't
18 to
have
25 touchdowns a
really
year. So.
any competition unless somebody believes Cade Klubnik can be something. So
Yeah.
Geno should be the quarterback all year. I mean, it's that Brady Cook and Bailey Zappi. So
Wow.
That's what. So like looking at Geno and
There's a
his
room for
stats,
yeah,
he's pretty comfortably in that kind of Hurts range of like touchdowns, which is one of the things I kind of look for because the opportunities are gonna vary depending on the offense and the scheme and everything. But he's going back from 22 to 25, he's 30 touchdowns, 20, 21, 19. That's pretty much mid range. You're gonna find that around QB 17, QB 18. I have no problem with that. I think that can support a high end wide receiver one if of the level of talent that Garrett Wilson is.
Okay. So
yeah, I moved Garrett Wilson up actually. I went to 11 while we were talking.
I'd like to. Yeah, I mean, how old is he? 25.
30. Who? Garrett Wilson? 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25.
Devon.
Just turned 26 actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think I would. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move him up. Let's move him up to 11. Because I feel like I have to have him above Pickens. Like I wouldn't take Pickens for him.
Yeah, I wouldn't take Pickens ahead of him either. But I think they're around the same range, to be honest. Like I wouldn't fault anybody for picking Pickens over him. I think their ceiling is maybe pretty comparable. Maybe George Pickens has a little bit lower of a floor just because of the the other elite receiver on the other side. That's hard to sustain multiple years in a row. We've seen historically in the league, but if any offense is going to do it, it's the Cowboys, right? Because they throw a million times a game.
Yeah.
So
We got a good question in the chat. Jesse, you pop that up.
Sure. You want to read it?
Yeah. Smitty So Pretty asked us, what's going on, gents? How we feeling about Godwin this year? Haven't heard his name mentioned a lot with no Evans and questionable Igbuka and McMillan. It's a great question. I was looking to see if any of us would have him in the top 36 rankings, and we do not. So I'm fine with go ahead and talking about him. Are we excited at all? I mean,
yeah, I just don't have any 30 pluses in my ranking, to be honest.
Yeah,
Same.
That's really the only reason he's not there, because I mean, if I'm looking to compete and Chris Godwin is in my flex spot, I feel pretty good about that this year, to be honest. Now, I mean, honestly, I definitely want somebody on the bench that can take a spot because I don't think he lasts an entire season, but or I'm not banking on it at least. But I think he does some good things this year with that offense, and I think he's probably Baker's most dependable option. If we're not, hyping up what we think Emeka Egbuka could be potentially.
It's a gruesome injury last year. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I've heard nothing but good things going forward in the offseason. I don't know what to think about that room. I mean, with them adding a receiver, no Evans, I mean, there's just a lot there. I don't know.
I don't think it's that hard to figure out. I think it's Godwin and Egbuka, and then everything else is ancillary, and the running game.
Yeah, I think that's the hope. I guess I know that's the hope, but
McMillan and Tez Johnson. Oh, Ted Hurst is a rookie.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Ted Hurst will be out there with those two. That seems to be their starting three. McMillan might rotate in with Hurst, but I think he's going to be the guy that just plays on the outside and eats up snaps. I don't think he's going to command a lot of targets. Godwin, when he's in there, commands targets. He's an excellent player. He can play all over the field. The problem is he's inevitably going to get hurt. So if you want to give a late second for him, it's fine. I have no problem with that.
It's going to be interesting to see, just because the nature of Chris Godwin and where he's at this point of his career, and how, not just for us that we can't depend on him. I don't know that the coaching staff believe they can depend on him every year, or for an entire season rather. So how much of the playbook is going to be designed for him with him in mind as like the first read, right? Versus Emeka Egbuka, who they know they're going to have long term and is kind of the answer for them, or at least they're hoping he is, right? So that's a big role in it, because we saw even when he was, in the game, he wasn't seeing his normal, 8 to 12 targets a game. He was seeing, the 6, 7, 8 targets, and 8 was kind of that ceiling that you want to get from him. So it'll be interesting to see, new year and
new offensive coordinator. We'll see
exactly.
What they think.
Yep.
Yeah, from what being an NFC South person, I see a lot of Buck stuff, and from everything I've seen, that Egbuka is the alpha in the offense currently.
Yeah.
The offense is run through, the passing game is run through him. So I'll be curious to see, which Godwin doesn't need to be the one. He really never has been, outside of that 1 year where he finished wide receiver 2. So, he can absolutely still eat and give you enough production to be a weekly flex play. Being the second option in what we discussed last week, hopefully a mid-range offense.
If he's healthy to start the year, he should start off hot. Egbuka might not even play week 1. So.
Yeah,
that's
true.
All right, Austin, why do you hate Nico Collins so much? Oh, and Chad, why do you guys hate Nico Collins?
So really, the real question is why do you love him? You have him at 10 overall.
I think people
Why?
forget. I think people forget how talented he is. He's different than most of those players below him. And I know it's a huge projection to put him there, because what I'm saying is that he's going to stay healthy and CJ Stroud is going to be really good. So I could end up looking really bad with this pick if those two things don't happen. But if they do, he's absolutely a top 10 wide receiver.
Sure. I just don't see that both of those two things happening is why he's, and really,
that's me placing a bet on
kinda,
that. And just saying that his talent is just far superior than there aren't players, and I have Devontae Smith below him. There aren't players besides maybe Pickens and Garrett Wilson below him that have that level of talent.
I don't think I agree with that, to be honest, but I mean, I understand he's a pretty dependable, fantasy player when he's healthy to give you, maybe high-end wide receiver 2 production. But for me, I'll just start with the things that worry me about Nico Collins. He is probably the most touchdown reliant wide receiver that anybody can possibly put into an elite tier of any rankings and people not question it. 2023, 8 touchdowns, 2024, 7 touchdowns, 2025, 6 touchdowns. It's gone down every year, but it's still, for the amount of games he's playing, it's great, right? This past season, he saw 120 targets. It's the most he's seen throughout his career. And the Texans ranked ninth in total passing attempts, and still 120 targets is kind of his ceiling at this point, or at least from what we've seen. He's pretty much around 100 to 120. And they were the worst team in not the worst team. I'm sorry. I think it was 26th or 27th. Let me pull up my notes. 26th. So they were the 26th ranked team in red zone efficiency, and he's a touchdown dependent player, right? CJ Stroud's just not looked good, and that's going to be a huge issue for him. On the injury front, he's missed time every season, and this past year, he's had like 2 concussions. So for me, that's a pretty big question mark. I think people asked those questions about Olave last year. I don't see why this year it's not fair to ask those questions, even though it turned out great for Olave this past season, right? So there's just some things that worry me about Nico Collins. I don't hate him. I think where I have him in the rankings, 16, I think is fair, because I think his ceiling is around wide receiver 12, 11. But with his age, I just don't see much upside, right?
The age will sneak up on you because he spent a couple years not doing anything.
He's almost 28.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why he's lower for me. He's in that lower vet tier of productive guys.
Yeah, he's still in his prime. I guess you're right. I'll have to move him down. He really is. That really is an elite tier. I guess that gets Garrett Wilson up to 10. I'll move him down a few spots. All right. Why don't you guys start looking it over and ask?
Yeah, I want to ask. Chad just brought it up. Chris Olave, you have him at 9.
Yeah.
Are we not scared? I mean, it wasn't that long ago we were questioning if he was ever going to play again. I mean, to me, that has to go into your thoughts of ranking a dynasty.
That's why he's wide receiver 9 and not wide receiver 6, to be honest. Like, for me, he's what, 20? I mean, this is off the top of my head, like 25 years old. Is that right?
Just turned 26.
Okay, 26 years
exact
old.
same age as Garrett Wilson.
So this past season, he was the most targeted receiver on deep passes, 20+ yards down the field. And with that, he struggled with efficiency, which is like kind of the one thing for me. Olave's never struggled with efficiency deep. I think a little bit has to do with Shuck on that one. Being Shuck's a rookie quarterback, he was thrown in kind of mid-season. But I expect that to get better. Tyler Shuck taking another step forward. But when they were together, Olave was averaging 20 points a game in the 8 games they played together, right? And that's with Shuck kind of learning on the fly there and getting acquainted. I think Shuck takes another step forward. I think Olave, maybe the efficiency gets better. We just talked about, or we haven't talked about it yet, but we just talked about it offline with, a little bit of the scare with the rookie in the offense. Him turning 26 this month, there's so much tread left on the tires there. If it wasn't for the injuries, I'd probably have him a lot higher, to be honest.
Same tier for me. So I can't really argue with that much. Yeah, like I said, same tier. I have him 14, as do you, Austin. So it's not that much different.
Yeah, it's the guys over, like, for me, I guess Garrett Wilson's got the same question marks. It just feels really high for somebody that just takes one more hit and he's off the dynasty rankings.
I mean, but that's the assumption, but we don't know that, right? We may never have another concussion again.
Yeah. I mean, that's the hope, of course.
Garrett Wilson may never get a good quarterback. There's so many different things that can happen with players in this range. And that's why they're, even though they're immensely talented, they haven't found themselves in the top, 6-7 players in that, top 2 tiers. So I just think for me, I'm a little less worried now that I've seen a full, healthy season from Olave. Knock on wood, he can keep that carried on. But for me, yeah, he'd be a lot higher if it wasn't injury concerns going on there.
156 targets is crazy.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. Which I'm wondering, with a Travis Etienne coming in, how much that changes if they can actually run the ball finally, if they don't have to pass so much.
Like I said, he was the most targeted player on deep passes in the league. So this isn't like, he's getting the work because a running back's not there, right? Like they're trying to get him the ball down the
pass
field
because he couldn't run. They couldn't move the ball. Kamara was one of the worst running backs in the league last year.
I just don't think that's the trade-off, right? Like I don't think you say we can't run the ball, so we throw the ball 20 yards down the field. You know what I'm saying?
But that may have been what they were, as crazy as it sounds, from watching them, it looked like that's what they were comfortable to do with Shuck, was those deep crossers. That's what, he excelled at that. I know you said he was inefficient, but they threw it so many times, those 15 to 25-yard crossers. I feel like that's what he most.
So I'm saying Olave was inefficient. I haven't really delved into Shuck too much. I assume some of that has to do with the rookie numbers, but to be honest, I didn't do a deep dive on Shuck. So
yeah,
I think he had like 6 drops on deep passes this past year. Olave did so, and he could definitely improve there. But we just haven't seen that inefficiency from him in the past.
Competition for targets is pretty light for Olave. Jordan Tyson. What are his hamstrings made out of? String cheese.
Yeah.
So, from the wide receiver room, what else do you have there? Devon Vele?
Yeah. Maybe your run game can open up the passing game a little bit more too. And that's another, factor. It can go both ways.
I assume they'll run a lot of 12 because they have Juwan Johnson and Delp.
Fant.
Oh, that's right. They have Fant.
So they're probably planning on running.
And that's the league. The league is just moving that way, right? Like everybody's doing 12 personnel now. So
yeah, it's funny. I think you're going to see other teams start to move away from it because now that
defenses will have to figure out how to stop it.
Exactly. If all the offenses move to 12 personnel, then defenses will figure out how to stop that.
We'll adjust accordingly.
And the good coaches are already figuring that out now.
Yeah.
Not to get on like a little side quest here, but it's kind of funny because how do you really stop it? The tight ends are so athletic. Safeties aren't really big enough or fast enough generally to keep up. There's a few of them out there. And then linebackers, they're pretty athletic today, but I just don't think many people are keeping up with the more athletic tight ends. Like how do you...
I think the hope is safeties. I think the hope is safeties or bigger nickel corners. Because linebackers aren't going to keep up with the tight ends most. You'll have your select few, but I think the goal is to have a bigger nickel that can consistently guard the second tight end.
And there's just not that many out there. There's so many super athletic tight ends at the moment.
The defenses are just getting smaller and smaller, and tight ends are getting bigger and more athletic.
Yeah. You guys got another good question in the chat.
Yeah, you want an easy one?
He says, Yeet Man asked this, would you guys do Stribling, and I'm guessing that's Jordan Mason, for Stephon Diggs?
Could be Mason Rudolph.
It's fine.
Well, he is a Steelers fan per his profile picture.
I know.
It's possible, but we're going to assume Jordan Mason.
Yeah, let's assume Jordan Mason.
No, I am not trading Stribling for Diggs in Dynasty. Absolutely not.
Nah, I'm gonna let the hype get higher than trading him for a 32-year-old wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm keeping Stribling until I can get a good first for him.
Yeah, I think we go into this rant a little bit, or at least I do, go into this rant a little bit every year. But if you miss your window, you miss your window, man. Go find the next window. You miss your window on Diggs. Go find the next one. Right? He was free.
He said redraft.
Oh, is it redraft? Okay. That's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, that does make it better.
I'd probably go Diggs.
Yeah, I think so. I think Diggs, I guess. I don't know.
Diggs looked good last year, man.
He did.
He looked really good.
He's gonna get the targets.
Yeah. If he wasn't on the field 40% of the time last season, what did he finish? He finished top 15, right? And he was on the field like once every 50 plays. Yeah, obviously being hyperbolic, but
that high. But his
17
was great.
17, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
He had 1,000 yards.
Yeah, and he played no time. He had no game time.
He's a hand in glove fit for Jaden Daniels. It's really
Yeah.
a good fit. Like
Yeah.
with Terry McLaurin, I mean, they'll be lockstep.
He played 15 games, and he had 2 games at 60% of snaps or higher
Yeah.
on the season.
Bro,
And
I
finished
watched
with 1,000 yards. That
I
is
watched them
insane.
all year, and I was like, he was never on the field, and every time he's on the field, he was a bucket. He's so good. Still, I don't get it why they didn't have him on the field more.
Yeah, in redraft, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Jordan Mason doesn't move the needle enough for me, and that gets me my risk away from Stribling in case it's just a camp hype.
Yeah, good question. Good question.
Yeah, we've seen Jordan Mason get opportunities in the past and choke. So
He's just not that good.
Yeah.
He's a below average NFL running back, which is fine.
all right, Austin.
Sir.
All right, go ahead. What else do you want to know?
Oh no, we're not escaping this part of the draft or this part of the ranking without talking about Devonta Smith at 13.
Oh, Slim Reaper.
Yeah, what's up with that? No, that's we're not getting into that either.
Call
Mr.
him by
Kevin
his
Durant.
government name and give
Yeah.
us the reason why he's at 13.
Yeah, the
Nickname
almost
is not getting him up there.
28-year-old.
Did you guys see the play they call the dagger in the Super Bowl?
Probably not.
He has a play named after him.
Okay.
You know he's going to be
So does-
28 in the season, right?
What's that?
He's going to be
28?
28 in the season.
In his prime.
For how much longer?
Finally getting his chance to be wide receiver 1. New offense. Going to be a lot more passing volume. I mean, he's just Mekhi Lemon.
But
is
about
out.
to say, yeah, because
not gonna
Devonta Smith came back today. This is you get to say that
Yeah,
because he's practicing today.
Yeah, but
literally
Mekhi,
today.
yeah, so let's talk about Lemon in the same conversation. He's a rookie, and he has missed all but 3 days of camp. And
The cool
in those
thing
three,
is he's an
in those
alpha
3 days,
receiver.
in those 3 days of camp, he just made the normal plays. He didn't make any plays downfield.
Hey, Odell Beckham missed all of camp in like 5 games
He's
before
not
he
a
came on
rookie.
and had like
Oh,
I'm talking
Odell,
about his rookie
when he
year
was a rookie.
and
Okay,
had
he's
a historic
Odell
rookie
Beckham.
season.
You can't.
you never know.
Can't
You
compare
never know.
players to Odell Beckham.
You never
Come
know.
on.
You never know.
That's Calvin Johnson in his rookie year. Come on. No, man, you know what's up with that ranking. He's
It's biased.
finally
That's what it is.
he's finally getting his opportunity, and he's gonna show out. He's gonna put up legitimate top 5 numbers.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Do you want
But-
to have a bet? Let's have a bet.
Ooh.
Top 5 is
I bet you.
Hold
I
on,
bet you
before
AJ
Jesse makes-
Brown
I'm a friend.
finishes ahead of Devonta Smith.
Who?
Oh, I'll
this
take
season.
that bet. I'll take
AJ
that bet.
Brown finishes ahead of Devonta Smith on the season.
Oh, bet. Shave a head.
No, I have pretty hair. No, sir. But we can figure something out. We will
Shave
figure
it
it
out.
out.
Off
And
air,
announce
and
it.
then we'll off air,
Yeah,
and then
we'll
we'll talk
announce it.
about it.
We'll
talk
announce
about
it. Yeah.
Shave one eyebrow.
No. Do you want Hannah to kill
But that
you?
means-
Because the drive to Maryland's not that far, buddy.
No, she will do it.
I mean, if you're that confident, you're gonna win.
So Devonta Smith, I mean, you guys know I love Devonta Smith. I'm very excited about him being the wide receiver 1 in that
Yeah, me
offense.
too.
Finally, he's 28 years old, man. Like, what are we doing here? I'm telling
Okay.
you, the
If we
set of
play in-
variables. Hold on, but
playing
the set,
2-3 year windows. But go on.
the set of variables involved in Devonta Smith right now, that's the part I'm not excited about, right? Like, we're talking about Hurts had 6 games over 30 passing attempts last year. And yeah, it's a new offense. We still don't know what it looks like, right? And they're talking about them wanting him to run more.
Not that much.
But still, only 6 games over 30 passing attempts and only 3 over 35 passing attempts.
Yeah, I don't think we can. I really don't think we can take anything out of last year's offense at all. It's all in the trash.
Yeah, I mean, but what I'm saying is, since he's became the starting quarterback with the Eagles, his range of touchdowns every year is 18 to 25. That's where he's at. It's just the wiggle room that we have for a Devonta Smith top 10 finish is so small. Like, he has to get such a huge market share of that offense that it's going to be pretty outstanding. I mean, I think he can do it, right? But I'm not betting on that, paying wide receiver 13 price when he's 28 years old. If he was 25 and I'm saying, you know what, he's got 2-3 years to figure this out, and me still have value that I can make a move if I need to make a move off him, then that's great. But you're buying into a season saying he's got to do it. If not, I'm just lost everything on him essentially.
Yeah, I mean, we when we brought up Chris Godwin, we literally said we have nobody 30 or above in our top 36. Well, you said 2 to 3 year window, Jesse. Hate to break it to you, 2 years he's going to be 30. So
Try
that,
you try
like
to sell
Chad
a
just said, he
29-year-old
has
wide
to.
receiver lately? Like
Yeah, even
they're hard to
AJB's
move.
hard to move. He is
Yeah.
so hard to move. I have one league where I was trying to get younger at receiver. I couldn't
What
get
were you trying
anything
to
like
get?
I wanted. I don't remember. This was during draft season. I think I was aiming for like the mid first. Like I was trying to get in that Tyson range and seeing what people would want and with AJB, and they were trying to get me another first with it. So like his value just doesn't hold. I mean, that was before he was traded, but still, I think his values and I have Devonta at 23. He's in the same tier with me with AJ Brown and Nico. That's kind of where I view them all together. I think they all can produce high numbers, but for Dynasty, I think their ceilings are capped value wise.
I think his target share could be through the roof. If the volume is what we want it to be, his competition for targets are a rookie that's hurt, Dontavian Wicks, who is a training camp.
Demon, he just can't catch.
Right, exactly.
So he's a demon.
Dallas Goedert, who's always hurt, and a rookie tight end who is probably third on the depth chart right now. So, honestly, Devontae Smith is going to eat. I mean, he is going to dominate that team in targets. And this is me just saying I have confidence that he's going to put up that elite season, and I'm going to be able to get the world for him.
Yeah, I think. Well, you won't be able to get the world for him, but I.
Well, not the world. I'm sorry.
he's-
For a 28-year-old receiver, I'll get a really nice price for him.
A late first at best, but I think
he's worth that now.
You're going to pay your 27 first for him?
But once he puts up a 1,600 yard season with 100 catches, and you know what I mean.
So let me get this straight. So you're paying wide receiver 13 price for him now, so that you can risk everything.
I didn't say he's a buy for
year.
me. I didn't say he's a buy for me at that price, but I'm not selling him for the guys under him.
So you wouldn't sell him for Chris Olave or Rome?
No, I don't think I would. But okay. I'm also not crazy enough to go out and spend at that price.
I mean, I'm just saying like, because I'm like, when I think if as a listener, people are looking at this and saying, this is how we value these players essentially. So I'm just saying it's incredibly difficult for me to say it's a good idea for somebody to buy Devonta Smith at that price, go into a year where he's 28 years old and the question marks in the offense and at quarterback are there, right? Because it is not a high volume offense. If it doesn't go the way we think it could go, because I think we all agree that Devonta Smith is a hell of a player. Like, yes, I think he's top absolutely 10 talent. For me, I think he's a top 10 talent. I don't care about that when I'm looking at Dynasty. I mean, I do care about it, but it's only a fraction of the equation. And if I'm telling somebody to go into the season, pay that price for him with the chance that you might be able to flip him in season, I just think there's so many better buys.
I just said I wouldn't do that.
I know.
Said I'm not advising that.
Understood. I'm saying for the listeners that are looking at the rankings and saying, is this where we value these players? Because that is.
At the same time, like I said, I wouldn't trade him away for the players under him because of the season I believe he's about to have.
But I guess my question would be, would you trade those players for him? Because if you're
that's buying him.
To that,
well,
then that's not where you have him ranked.
Okay. This is why
I know, but we're just having a discussion. I'm not blaming you.
Because I'm where I'm at and you guys are where you're at, and we're just treading water at this point.
Let's move on to where I'm way high.
Okay. Yes, Carnell Tate.
Yeah. You've been waiting. I know you've been ready. So go ahead, Jesse.
He hasn't done a damn thing yet.
Okay. Neither did Tedero McMillan last year, and guess what?
Okay.
I didn't have to touch him in my rankings. I had him at 9 last year, and he's at 9 this year.
Okay, but I would say he's I probably had him as a similarly rated prospect as Roma
Okay.
Dunze. And
Who,
what's he
Tate?
done? Yeah. And what's he
Okay.
done?
I mean,
You know
sure.
what I mean? So I don't have Rome that high either.
Okay. Well, I mean, I
You
don't
kind of
disagree
have
with
to.
you, but we've
You
seen
kind of have to.
two
You
bad
kind of have
years
to.
from Rome.
You have to
So-
show something.
No, you don't. Not when this is, as you just said with Smith, this is a projection. This is
I mean,
a 22-year-old wide receiver that's going to be the alpha in an offense with a quarterback that we are praying ascends. Why wouldn't I have him as a low end wide receiver one?
because of the players that you have below him that like
Olave is the only one that I think is worth the argument.
Egbuka.
That
Egbuka.
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Egbuka has too many question marks for me to.
I mean, just the hype that surrounded him last year and that will return immediately. Like you guys were just saying that the offense is going to flow through him.
Yeah,
You know?
but I mean, it flowed through him getting 10 to 12 targets a game last year, and he would catch the ball twice. That's the problem with him.
Let's go back to that. So those targets weren't all quality targets. Baker's arm was falling off last year. I saw a couple clips from that QB show. He was like he should not have been playing.
No.
So the quality of those targets were really and it showed in Baker's play last year. We all know that he played well below what he's capable of. So, we saw what it can look like when they're both healthy. Granted, Ibuka's not healthy right now. Baker's getting a little older. I don't know if he's going to be healthy going forward. But as soon as it looks like that again, his price is insane.
The same thing with Tate. If Tate performs similarly to Egbuka, his price becomes insane.
But we've seen Egbuka do it, and
Probably even more.
And he's already had that hype, so it's easy to get that hype right back.
I haven't seen Egbuka do it. I've seen him catch some flashy touchdowns, and I'm not depending on that to be recreated. I just don't agree that his season was that good compared to what other people feel it was.
If part of our equation is Riz, like it was last week with Riz God Scadaboo.
But no, so with Scadaboo, it's different because that's volume dependent. I'm saying he's going to get the volume, right? With running back, that matters a hell of a lot more than Egbuka, who's a wide receiver, which is the most dependent position in the NFL, right? So what I'm saying is what I saw from Egbuka.
But you also based it highly on the Riz. I mean, you did.
Yeah, with me being able to resell him, but that's predicated on him having a incredibly productive season, which I think he's going to have. I don't think Egbuka is going to have an incredibly productive season.
I think Egbuka will have a very productive season, and most of my argument is that once that happens, the cachet there is just drives his price up. He is one of those players.
See, I don't think he is. I think he was flashy last year because he started the season 4 for 67, 2 touchdowns, 4 for 29, a touchdown, 6 for 85, 4 for 101, a touchdown, 7 for 163 and a touchdown, and then only had 1 touchdown the remaining rest of the season. That's why his name blew up, because of his early season production, not because of the name.
It was the same thing with Tucker Kraft that we talked about with Tucker Kraft. Sorry,
you're fine. He was a top 5 overall pick. If Carnell Tate does any kind of production, he's going to go up in that top 5 Dynasty rankings. And Egbuka can't reach that.
In what was viewed as a much worse draft. So for what it's worth, Keep Trade Cut has Egbuka 2 spots higher.
Yeah, and I don't have an issue with that.
Similar,
I understand.
Similar range.
Yeah, the same thing with Olave. I actually, if it wasn't for the injuries, Olave would absolutely be ahead of Tate. I'm just scared of the injury.
Rome was just one example. My issue at the core is that with a rookie wide receiver, we've just seen so many rookie wide receivers that were so talented that had so much promise just fall flat.
We don't really see top 10 picks fail at receiver.
In
the past decade, it really doesn't happen.
I mean, lately
there aren't many, dude. I'm telling you, if they're a top 10 receiver, they don't really fail. I mean, you're going to find me one, sure, but I can name you 10 that go.
The majority of them have been successful. It's been like top 10 running backs and top 10 wide receivers as of late have been really, really good.
And it just feels like he's just primed to go for 130 targets and see what that turns into be. Because if he mimics McMillan's rookie season, production wise, he's going to be in that wide receiver 6 to 10 range in Dynasty. And that wasn't a crazy season. So
yeah,
that's why I have him.
it's interesting because I think rookie wide receivers are given so much grace within as long as they finish in that wide receiver 2 range, they're hyped the next year. That's just how it is because people just say up and up and up, which we've seen with guys like Ladd. It's not always the case, but I think Cardinal Tate's relatively safe. Obviously, there's a little bit of danger there because of Cam Ward and his development if he is going to take the next step, and that's the part that I'm a little bit worried about. But I give that offense. I think the scheme's going to be really good, to be honest, and I think they're going to be throwing the ball a lot. So I think that's probably going to be enough to carry him. Cardinal Tate's the clear number 1 wide receiver in that offense.
Funny enough, you guys have Carnell Tate and Ibuka right next to each other.
Corey Davis, is that the name you're about to throw me?
No. I'm not throwing out any names.
Okay. All right, good.
When did Hakeem Butler get drafted?
Well, he didn't go in the top 10 either way.
He wasn't close to the top 10, I don't think.
He was a 4th round pick, wasn't he?
Was he? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Now, pre-draft, his hype was insane, but I don't think he ever.
Yeah, that was
I think he got
Dynasty hype.
drafted. Yeah,
that wasn't.
Yeah.
It was Dynasty.
and
That's right.
Devy
Dynasty
especially.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Olave, Dave in our chat lets us know that Kamara's out with a few weeks with a knee injury. So Travis Etienne going up, and
Nice.
that's all. It clears out more targets for Olave.
So, like I was saying, you guys have, both of you guys have those guys right next to each other, and you're both higher on Ibuka than I am. So you're arguing against him.
Yeah, and I'm an anti-Ibuka person. I was.
Yeah, me too.
I did it last year. I do think between the Dynasty community, as you said, Jesse, and the ability for targets, he's likely going to be in that high-end wide receiver 2 range for me.
I think he's safe. I think he's safe, and that's what I like about him is I think his floor is relatively high because I think the targets will be high, and we've seen that he's a red zone threat. So I think he's really safe. I don't see a top 10 player in there when I watch him, to be honest.
I'm naturally much lower.
50% catch rate last year.
Yeah.
Okay. Like we addressed that.
Yeah.
I'm naturally much lower on rookies. So
You are. Yeah, we do this every year. And I enjoy it, to be honest. It's fun.
Chad, what are your thoughts? Do you have any questions for anyone, or do you have any thoughts on the rankings overall?
Marvin Harrison's interesting. I think we can talk about him a little bit.
Okay. You have him at 17. I have him 22, and Austin has him at 19.
Yeah, we have him spaced a little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit different. But he's one of those guys that I can see everybody kind of, maybe agreeing on in principle, but also just having in different spots in their ranking.
How high can he get at this point if he has a top 10 season?
A wide receiver 5.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering if he still could do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You want to talk about name and aura and Riz?
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison
He's the king.
Jr. Good Lord. Let him
but
have a good season.
People had
And
so much fun shooting.
Let him
that
have a
mountain, though.
wide receiver 12 season, and
Yeah,
it
let him
will
just
be
be decent.
impossible to buy him. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, he will jump in right behind where we have Jefferson, likely, if he has a decent season.
What would you pay for him right now?
First.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Like a contenders 27 first.
I've
Yeah.
tried it. I haven't been able to buy him for that, but I've tried it.
Yeah, it's probably all I'm wanting to give.
I don't think
Currently.
I'd sell him for that.
And
No.
I don't blame you. I don't think
I wouldn't
would
sell him
either.
for that either. Yeah.
Yeah. He's
It's
at
one of
that
those
tough
things
point.
like everybody messaged me that I sent the trade to, and they're like, I think he's worth more than that. And I was like, okay, me too.
I normally will say, yeah, I agree. I just have to try.
Right on.
But I'm not paying more, I don't think. Risk
do
is
you-
just so high.
What do you expect to get out of him this year?
I just want to be able to feel good enough to start him most weeks. It's kind of all I'm hoping for. Realistically, until that happens, that's all I can hope for.
So you're just hoping for top 30?
Well, I mean, weekly, feeling good every week to say, do I have to start Marvin Harrison Jr.? Like, I don't want to feel like that. That's how it's
Yeah.
been the past seasons. I want to say, okay, MHJ is my wide receiver 2 this week. Cool.
Or at least
And
be able
be
to plug
done
him
with
in.
Fun
Yeah.
quiz to see if we're all on the same wavelength here. Who are the 2 players across your league at wide receiver, young players, that you think should be good and you want to start them, but you can't?
Oof.
Marvin Harrison, obviously one of them.
Yeah, he's
one of
probably
them.
one. I mean, realistically, it's got to be Rome.
Yeah, Rome.
Oh
be the other
no,
name.
because I think Rome's an okay flex. I was gonna go Brian Thomas Jr. is the one.
Oh
for me.
yeah, that's
He's a
really
tough one.
Yeah,
I mean, it depends on how deep you want to go.
but you know what's crazy is we all have BTJ at 27.
Do we?
All 3 of us have him at 27.
Okay.
That's funny. Yeah, talk about a fall from grace, man. I really think he's still a good player, man. I really do. It baffles me still.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see what happens. I really hope he doesn't turn into oh my gosh, Mapletron. My mind just went blank of his actual name.
Oh, from the Steelers?
Yeah, he just actually worked out with the Saints.
Claypool?
Oh thank you. Yeah, Chase Claypool. I mean, he had a ridiculous rookie season.
Yeah, and he looked good too.
Yeah.
Like it was.
I really hope BTJ isn't that, because it's gonna hurt if he is.
It's possible. It is possible. Another guy that I really kind of struggled with in my rankings, I just kind of would be interested to find out how you guys, or what your thought process was behind ranking him, is Rashee Rice.
Yeah,
I know you kind of hate him,
really
Jesse,
tough.
I don't hate him. I don't hate him. I just have never seen him as a top 12 dynasty wide receiver.
It's just almost every time he plays, that's what he is. That's the hard part, though. Like that's where it's tough.
Yeah.
That is the hard part. He's a knucklehead.
Mm-hmm.
He's hard to rank because I don't
Really?
know what's going to happen with him. I don't know if he's going to be on the Chiefs, and if he's not on the Chiefs, yikes.
Yeah. Yep. That's a big one.
He was my biggest faller for sure. Had him at 8 last year and 26 now.
Yeah, I wanted to move him up
Hunter. I think Travis Hunter might have been further.
Yeah, Travis Hunter.
That's a different
huge
discussion.
Fall. Yeah, but that's almost doesn't even really count really, because if they guaranteed that he would play wide receiver, he'd be a lot higher for me because I think he's just.
Yeah, I had to check. I saw his latest update was that he's a backup receiver, starting corner. So I was like, all right, well, Travis Hunter at the bottom.
Yeah. Because I mean, even before the injury, like he looked good, man.
Yeah, really good. That game before the injury, he looked really good.
I was so excited.
Yeah.
Why take our joy? But the other one was DJ Moore. I'm sorry, I'm throwing out a bunch of players here.
You're fine.
But
that's what we're doing.
DJ Moore is the other guy that I was like, man, I wish I could put him higher, but there's just nobody I can put him ahead of right now, just because of the age. But talk about a guy that could have, like, am I shocked if he's wide receiver 13 on the season this year?
Oh no,
I'm not.
I'm not at all. I mean, I think him with Josh Allen, as long as DJ can stay healthy, which was, already got hurt at the first preseason game, but as long as he can stay healthy, I absolutely think he's going to feast this year.
Yeah. I have him at 28. I wanted to put him higher than that. I couldn't find the space for him. Where do you guys have him?
I have him at 34, and it's really just because I like the younger guys above him.
Okay.
I have him at 32.
Okay. Wow, so I'm considerably higher on him than
you have him above Mekhi Lemon, which is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
I'd probably flip those.
That's honestly really
I think,
crazy.
Yeah, I'd probably flip those. I don't know why Mekhi Lemon's there. I'd put him ahead of Brian Thomas, ahead of T. Higgins. He'd probably be 25 for me. 24, 25 for me.
26 for me.
The name I want is Jordan Tyson. We can't ignore it. We've flirted around with Olave all pod. Jesse has him at 34.
Okay.
Behind Jaden Higgins, just for reference. Chad has him at 22, and I have him at 20. And how did I become the high person on him? I hate y'all for that. Just want to let y'all know how I became the high guy on Jordan Tyson. But
you're right, Austin.
I mean, I know, and it was going to happen, but it's still the talent there. I mean, he's going to play football.
I hear you. I hope. I hope he gets this figured out. Honestly, that ranking is because I forgot to put him in there, so I threw 3 rookies in at the bottom.
That's what I did with Mekhi Lemon. I stuck him in the ranking at the last second and just stuck him in somewhere. But
I would
no,
have Tyson slightly higher. Like, I wouldn't rather have Quentin Johnston. That's not real. I would probably have him below Mekhi Lemon and Brian Thomas, maybe. Around Waddle or above Waddle. So 26, 27.
it's so hard for rookie wide receivers to start and I know I made the joke earlier about Odell Beckham Jr. There's only one Odell Beckham Jr. Typically rookies get hurt coming into the year. It's really tough for them, or suspended, Jameson Williams. But hurt and suspended, rather.
I was about to say he was both.
Yeah. I think he was hurt. Wasn't it like hurt and then suspended? Like after
he came in with the ACL into the draft with the ACL.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just tough for those guys to catch up. I think there's a really good buying opportunity. This is just the price that I think I would pay for him currently with the injury. But man, if he was healthy and ready to go, I'd probably have him right behind Marvin, probably at 18.
That's why basically I have him right behind him, HJ. So I just
if we were,
for Dynasty, it's short term for me. I understand he's hurt again, and I've been anti him the whole time, but it's a Dynasty. I mean, I think in 6 months, if he can put a decent season together, we'll probably be too low on him at 20.
Yeah. Well, that's the hope, right? And that's why I'm saying, like, where would I buy? Where am I hoping to buy him right now is probably around wide receiver 22, because there's so much room for improvement. But at the same time, like, I think there's more likely than not a scenario where we go into the year and his value drops even more because he comes in and struggles, because that's just typically what happens with injured rookies that come in and play.
Yeah. I'm good on guys unless y'all have one.
Can we talk a little bit Burden?
Sure.
You're highest at 16, and then Chad's 18, and I'm 20.
Why are we doing that? We're always like 2 apart.
It means we're pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, it feels kind of like how we talk on the pod about him, to be honest. I'm the highest, Chad's kind of in the middle on him, and Jesse hates him.
I don't hate him. I have him at the 20. 20 is actually pretty good there's some big names ahead of him.
I thought you were going to be like, 20 is pretty good for how much I hate him.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know what I think about Burden. I think that he has the potential to be a very good player, but I don't think his archetype is going to lead the team in targets.
I don't know.
I think he's going to be a really
nothing but excite me for his usage, to be honest.
If I had to guess, I think he's going to be a really good wide receiver too. I think that's his outcome most seasons.
That's exactly where I have him. Then I feel great about it.
Yeah, me too. 20.
That's low end, sir. That's low.
I have him at 18. I have him at 18 because I don't know what that offense is going to be a year from now, and that's just it. Like, I think everybody in that offense has talent, from a wide receiver perspective, from a tight end perspective, from a quarterback perspective, but I'm shrugging for the people not watching on camera. I don't know. It's going to be somebody, but it could easily be Rome. It could easily be Colson Loveland. It could easily be Burden. Could easily be 2 of the 3, but Burden, I think, is talented enough to be the wide receiver 1 in that offense. I don't think he's the most talented player in that offense, but we'll see.
Yeah,
it could happen.
Yeah. I hedged it and put Rome and Burden back to back because I wasn't sure either, and I think they have an equal opportunity. And I think
currently no, because Burden's hurt.
Sure.
Badly. I think he's good. I think he's in danger of missing regular season games.
Cool.
I'm probably the highest on Rome. I didn't notice that by quite a bit. I think 3 spots ahead of Austin. I have him at wide receiver 12. Austin, you're 15. Oh no, Jesse, you're 15 as well. So not too bad.
It's the same range.
Yeah, same range.
I mean, Rome's probably the player that has the easiest path to moving up for me.
Yeah, I think he's like probably a notch below Marv in that people recognize how good he is and how good he should be, but he just hasn't been able to put it together yet. But if he does, his jump could be pretty substantial. But man, it's tough. I think he's such a talented player. he's got to show it.
I mean, I guess Jaden Higgins. What do you guys think?
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't have him ranked. I mean,
Same.
I just until Stroud shows that he can be an average quarterback, then I mean, I'm not betting on anybody else in that offense other than Nico Collins being, relevant.
Yeah, I'd rather have Jalen Coker, but the same issue. Until Bryce shows he can be an average quarterback, I don't feel good about the second option in the offense.
He was the player that I most wanted to rank, but didn't. Was Coker.
I thought mine was Parker Washington, but I just couldn't convince myself that he was going to be good enough to be relevant. But he's who I had at 36 until I realized I didn't have Travis Hunter ranked, and I just couldn't let myself do it. Not yet.
Yeah, I tried.
I feel like I've seen that Parker Washington movie before, and it just doesn't end well.
Yeah, they're still just raving about him, man. That doesn't happen the next season, and it's just constant rave from that coaching staff.
I mean,
just
they raved about Brian Thomas Jr.
But he was a
Not
good
that
college
coaching
receiver too.
He was.
Well, yeah,
he was
not
excellent.
that coaching staff, but I'm just saying, coaching staff did
makes
rave
a big
about
difference.
Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, I mean they've done nothing but speak highly. So I really wanted to put him at 36, but I'm gonna pray that Travis Hunter gets to play enough receiver to be relevant.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a TV show. It was called Parker Lewis Can't Lose, and then it got canceled, and he lost. You guys are way too young to remember that.
Yeah,
Promise you that. That sounded like something you made up.
No, it was one of the early Fox shows when Fox was not even a real network.
It's the same problem we just talked about with Chicago, where you're just like, there's some talent there, but it's just a much, much lower level.
Yeah.
I don't really care to be in that situation in Chicago. I definitely don't care about care to be in that situation with Jacksonville at the moment.
That is a really good point. There's so many mouths to feed, and none of them feel like alphas. So whereas Chicago, 3 of them feel like they could be alphas, and we still don't know. So yeah, that's a good point. I wanted to bring up Alec Pierce since we're just throwing names. If he was healthy, how much higher would y'all have him, or would it not change?
I'd probably have him a few spots higher, but
I don't think it would change.
Okay.
I might have him above Waddle, so maybe 1 spot higher.
Okay.
Man, are you guys not excited for Waddle this year?
I am excited for Waddle. I'm surprised I have him that low, actually. I'm looking at that.
Yeah, it was tough for me. I
But
wanted to put him higher, and I just couldn't figure out.
We're all in the same range on Waddle, too. I mean, Chad, you're 26. I'm 29.
But I felt low on him
both
at 26.
Me too.
I thought I was going to be the lowest.
I did, too. Yeah, he's a player that I wanted to get higher, but what's he, 29?
Yeah.
28, I think. 29,
almost
is he?
29. Yeah, I think he's almost 29.
So there you go.
Oh, no, excuse me. He's 27, almost 28.
Yeah, that's what I
better.
was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I might put him up a couple. I'd probably
That's always like,
swap
man,
him, and I'd probably slide him up above Rashee Rice at 26 then.
He was one of the players I felt really low on, and I'm like, man, I could imagine him being wide receiver 13, 14 on the season and not batting an eye on that.
I'll put him above Rice, but not above Lemon.
Gotcha.
So maybe I need to move Rice down and Lemon up 1.
But then like T. Higgins is sitting there too for me, and I'm like, I can't put him. Like I feel just as good about Higgins as I do about Waddle, assuming.
Yeah, but I mean, Waddle's the number one weapon in that offense, and Nix is throwing the ball 40, 45 times a game.
Yeah. I'm stoked for Waddle. I just couldn't. When I was doing it, it felt hard to put him any higher.
Yeah. The resale value is the part that is a little concerning to me. I just think people are so down on him for some reason. I don't really know why. Maybe it's just that people have been expecting the breakout for so long, and he did have a little bit there where we thought it was going to be a kind of a safe bet on him, but it didn't really materialize. But man, like Bo Nix has those like high volume, high touchdown. What did he have? Like, let me just look. I think he had multiple games where he threw like 4 or 5 touchdowns. He had two 4 touchdown games and a 3 touchdown game last season. And he's throwing the ball, like 40 to 50 times a game. So I'm like, man,
I also don't think people I also don't think people fully believe that Sean Payton is going to consolidate targets, that he's going to rotate wide receivers I mean, I don't believe that. I do think that Waddle is way more talented than Marvin Mims or Troy Franklin or Pat Bryant or whatever. He's
Yeah.
way more talented. So yeah, I do think he's going to get the targets, but I think that is sort of a mindset out there.
Yeah, I think that's a bit silly for the people that are out there.
Yeah,
that
no,
are thinking that because,
I agree.
yeah, because you don't go out there and pay that for Waddle and not use him as your alpha wide receiver.
Right.
Plus, him and Sutton fit so good together. That's
Yeah,
a perfect duo for a quarterback.
Yeah, and the other guy, honestly, I think Pat Bryant will be the other guy out there for his blocking.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, I've heard nothing but good things from beat reporters in Denver too about Pat Bryant. So I think the hope is that he steps in for Sutton when that time comes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know that they need Marvin Mims anymore. He was kind of just a deep threat, right? And
Waddle's he'll be a little gadget guy now.
Waddle's got that covered. Like, he'll get a few touches.
Wise,
yeah, that way. And I think Troy Franklin's a backup.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Waddle's going to show Troy Franklin what he should have been doing.
Yeah, he's never had that speed.
Well, he had the speed. He just didn't have the skill.
He didn't have that speed, did he? He didn't test
4.3. If I thought I don't remember his college tape.
Who are you guys talking
about? Game speed. Troy Franklin. His college speed was crazy fast.
Yeah, I don't remember what his 40 was.
Yeah.
But I'll just mention this name really quickly. Threw him in at the back part of my draft here, or draft. I keep saying draft. My back part of my ranking because I just wanted to talk about him really. Malachi Fields.
I knew you were
pretty much locking up the wide receiver 2 spot. So just threw him in there just to talk about him. But yeah, pretty interesting name. He's a good player to watch if you haven't done your draft yet, and you can still get him. Where he was going earlier in the season in rookie drafts. I don't know currently how that's panning out because all my rookie drafts have been done for some time now. But I was getting him at 208, 209 in some drafts, and that feels like a really, really good price right now.
Yeah, he fell into the third sometimes. He's solid early second round guy, I would say. I like his skill set with Dart. Like you said, when's the last time? Well, I think you said that in our chat. When's the last time the Giants had a jump ball wide receiver like that? And I think that fits really well with Dart running around out of structure, throwing it up to him should work. I mean, let's face it, Neighbors is going to get the lion's share, but
yeah,
there are going to be balls for other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and really, I mean, with like we said, rookie wide receivers, all you really need is for them to be somewhere around wide receiver 2, and their value goes up. That's all you need.
Yeah, it's true.
Right on.
Like,
I don't know if he'll get that
Higgins.
kind of volume.
I mean, just look at Jaden Higgins. He didn't have a very good season, but he had decent flashes, and Jesse felt comfortable putting him there. So it's the same kind of thing. Fields does something similar to that as a rookie. People are going to be in that low-end wide receiver 3 range.
I put Higgins on there at the end because of the hype he's getting right now and how hard he is to acquire.
I haven't tried.
I think if you're equating him to a rookie draft, like people would rather hold Higgins than take Denzel Boston or Stripling or Stowers, and at the end of that first there. Am I saying he's worth a first round pick? Would I pay that? No, but I feel like that's his value. I don't think he's worth a 27 first.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we know people love their players, especially when they go out there and they show that in flashes they can do something. You're looking at your guys and you're seeing through rose-colored glasses. That's how most Dynasty players play, at least. So it doesn't shock me in the least bit.
Trying to think who else was in that. Well, Stribling obviously is a great.
I mean, Antonio Williams was one.
Yeah, he kind of got usurped by Diggs.
Yeah.
So
as he was going to, he was never that talented of a player, but
yeah, Jeremy Bernard was going in that range. Yeah. I always thought that I had tough time taking him early. I think I did it maybe once, just to spread my shares around a little. But competition for targets for him is really tough, and it's gonna be a low volume.
Yeah, that early second receiver tier felt so ugly and flat.
Yeah,
it was just kind of pick the guy you wanted and hope it happened.
Yeah. Put it this way. Speaking of wide receiver twos, Emeka Egbuka's finish, wide receiver 24, just made the wide receiver 2 cut.
Yeah, sounds about right. I mean, with his efficiency, that doesn't shock me. The hope is that he goes back to what we saw in college, where he caught pretty much everything that came to him. So
Yeah.
I mean, he was a rookie. That happens to a lot of rookies. I think that's a wrap for me. You guys got anything else?
Good.
No, that was it was fun.
All right, cool. All right, we're in overtime. I don't want to talk about a TV show or a movie or anything like that. I want to talk about a visit that I had with Mike Casper, our co-host that's never here. Mike drove. All right, so Mike drove from Texas to somewhere in Northern Virginia for his aunt's 80th birthday party. It's just the kind of guy Mike is. His uncle was throwing her a party. Spent a bunch of money on this huge party. All these people were coming. He asked Mike to go. He said, sure, I'll take a week off from work and drive out. And I'll help around the house and I'll mow the lawn. And Mike's just such a great guy. And he texts us in the group chat. He's like, hey, Jesse, I'm only an hour and a half or 2 hours away. How about I stop by for lunch? I was like, okay, cool. How about dinner so we can actually, hang out and spend some time together? So, Mike drove out to Baltimore County. I took him to a local seafood place called the Atlantic. Got him some real Baltimore crab cakes. He loved them. It was a great dinner. Hung out at the house for a while, just chatting, talking life. It was really a lot of fun.
Nice. Heck yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, he came after he left your place and went to the dinner. He came through and went out of his way to come see me and meet me. I think he showed up at like 1:15 in the morning.
Wow.
Still having 17 hours to drive home.
Oh my God.
And we hung out for like 20 or 30 minutes, ripped a couple packs and just chatted. I guess I've known him for, I think, 8 years now. We were in the first ever Dynasty League, random Dynasty League, just happened to join. And
y'all were in the first ever Dynasty League?
No, our first Dynasty League.
And it's only 8 years ago?
He's like, 8 years ago we created Dynasty.
Yeah, that's what happened, at least in my book. But no, we were just two random guys in a league that just started up, and we were the most active guys. We talked, and here we are. So it was really cool to finally meet him and give him a hug. And like I said, ripped a couple packs. Of course, he pulled the good card, and I pulled nothing, per usual. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
he pulled a good card that you kept.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Mike lives like an hour away from me, so he was driving, and on his way through, I looked out the window and he flipped me the bird and kept driving. Yeah. So I think he spit. I can't tell. It was far away. My house is off the highway, so it was hard. It was hard to tell, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he spit. So yeah, it was great.
Nice,
good guy.
Good. Yeah.
Chad, anything good that we should be watching?
I'm watching an anime show. I think a lot of people have already watched it, but it's called Vinland Saga. It's like a Viking a Viking anime show. Yeah, it's like about kind of the Nordic people and the war going on in the Baltic and with England and everything. So it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. So I've been watching that, and then trying to think if I was watching anything else. I've been missing Game of Thrones, or not Game of Thrones, but House of Dragon. So going through withdrawal, and so I've gone back to old Survivor seasons, all reliable. So that's where we're at right now. Watching.
I still need to watch Silo.
I think
Silo.
I saw the first like maybe season or a little bit more than a season, whatever they had out. I think they had 2 seasons out. Is that right?
Yeah, they're on the 3rd season now. I think 3/4 of the way through it.
So, and I couldn't make it through the 2nd season, but I really enjoyed the first one. I'll have to give it another shot. It's one of those that, sometimes you just got to revisit stuff.
Yeah.
I'm still watching The Leftovers, and it started out good, but man, it just drags out, and they don't give you answers to anything. Did you guys watch that? It's old.
No.
It's like 14 years old, I think. Yeah.
I heard.
I thought you were I thought when you first mentioned that, I thought you were talking about a movie that came out a few years ago called The Holdovers, and that was really good.
I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it, but I know what you mean.
I think it's called The Holdovers or like The Holdover, something like that. But it was really, really good. I love that movie. So
Kid that gets
Side
left
note.
over at boarding
yeah,
school.
yep. It kind of has like an old like early '90s, mid '90s movie feel to it. They even have like the grain effects and stuff on it. It's pretty cool. It's fun cinematography if you're a true like film buff. It's a really good movie. Well shot.
90s is old.
It is.
I mean, well, it's like 30 years ago now. So
Especially in film, that's ancient.
Man, I was so in my prime in the 90s.
Oh, 30 years before the 90s was like the Wizard of Oz, right?
I think it might have been 60 years before, but yeah.
I was trying to make a Jesse joke.
Jesse was alive. It was just 60 years before that.
Yeah. At first, he just got finished cutting the radio off, and his father wheeled in their 5-inch, 500-pound TV, and they watched.
Well,
the Wizard of
no,
Oz.
that was after he helped Amelia Earhart learn how to fly.
Oh my God. Are you guys done?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks for listening. Now go make someone overpay.